In the bustling city of Lagos, Adaobi returns from her studies abroad, ready to take on the world. Raised in a family of immense wealth and influence, she has always been expected to follow a strict path, excel in her career, marry someone of equal stature, and continue the family's powerful legacy. But Adaobi is tired of living by the rules her parents have imposed on her. She wants to follow her own dreams and live a life that's truly hers. When she sets foot back in Lagos, her rebellious heart longs for something different, something real. Meanwhile, Chidi, born into poverty in a remote village, has always been a fighter. Despite the odds, he pursued his passion for food, working his way up from an assistant at a roadside food stand to opening his own small restaurant in the heart of Lagos. Though his restaurant is modest, it's renowned for its authenticity and warmth. Locals love his food, and tourists flock to his place for a taste of real Nigeria. But behind his smile, Chidi struggles to keep his restaurant afloat, constantly facing financial pressures. One fateful evening, Adaobi, in a bid to escape her stifling world, stumbles into Chidi's restaurant. Their eyes meet, and though they come from two vastly different worlds, something sparks between them. Adaobi is drawn to the simplicity and honesty of Chidi's life, while Chidi sees in Adaobi the passion and depth that goes beyond her privileged upbringing. As their romance blooms in secret, Adaobi's family begins to suspect something. Her parents have already chosen a wealthy suitor for her, Femi, the son of a high-profile politician. Femi is everything her parents want: rich, powerful, and capable of elevating their family's status. Adaobi's father makes it clear that the marriage is not just a union, but a strategic alliance, one that could further cement their influence in Nigeria's elite circles. Adaobi is torn. She loves Chidi deeply, but she knows what rejecting her family's wishes could cost her. Her family's wealth is intertwined with political power, and her defiance would not only mean losing her inheritance, but could also ruin Chidi's restaurant, as her father has connections with influential businessmen who could destroy his livelihood with a snap of their fingers. Chidi, too, is at a crossroads. He is painfully aware of the chasm between their worlds. Every time he looks at Adaobi, he wonders if he can ever truly give her the life she's accustomed to. Yet, their love is undeniable, and despite the danger, they decide to fight for it. As they grow closer, the forces against them intensify. Femi, Adaobi's suitor, begins to suspect that Adaobi is seeing someone else. With the help of his father's influence, Femi arranges to buy out the land where Chidi's restaurant stands, planning to demolish it and build a luxury hotel in its place. Chidi is devastated. His dream is on the brink of destruction, and with it, the life he and Adaobi have been building together. Desperate, Adaobi confronts her parents, begging them to call off the arranged marriage and let her be with Chidi. But her father is relentless, accusing her of throwing away everything they've worked for. Her mother, though sympathetic, warns her that going against the family could mean being disowned. With no other options, Adaobi makes a radical decision. She leaves her family's mansion, walking away from her wealth and security to stand by Chidi's side. They move into a tiny apartment, living a life far removed from the luxury Adaobi once knew. Chidi, moved by her sacrifice, vows to rebuild his restaurant from the ground up, with or without the land they're trying to take from him. But their happiness is short-lived. Femi, enraged by Adaobi's betrayal, uses his family's power to smear Chidi's name. Rumors spread that his restaurant was a front for illegal activities, and soon his business license is revoked. They are both ostracized, Adaobi by her social circle and Chidi by the local business community. Homeless, jobless, and broken, Adaobi and Chidi still refuse to give up on their love. They move back to Chidi's village, where they live humbly, relying on each other for strength. Adaobi starts a small food blog, documenting Chidi's recipes, and soon it gains a following. As their online presence grows, they start receiving offers to collaborate with larger platforms, bringing attention to Chidi's culinary talents. Just when they think things are turning around, tragedy strikes. Chidi falls gravely ill, and with no money for proper medical care, Adaobi is forced to go back to Lagos, begging her family for help. Her father agrees to help, but only if Adaobi leaves Chidi and returns to the life they had planned for her. Faced with an impossible choice, Adaobi makes the ultimate sacrifice. She agrees to her father's terms, allowing Chidi to be treated in a private hospital. As Chidi recovers, Adaobi disappears from his life, leaving only a note behind that says, "I will always love you, but I can no longer fight this battle. Live your dream for both of us." Chidi is devastated, but understands the depth of her sacrifice. With a broken heart, he pours everything into his craft, building a legacy in her honor. Years pass, and Chidi's name becomes synonymous with Nigerian cuisine. His success is undeniable, but the love he lost leaves an unfillable void in his life. One day, while hosting a food exhibition in Lagos, Chidi looks into the crowd and sees Adaobi, now married to Femi, standing silently at the back. Their eyes meet, and for a brief moment, time stops. She smiles sadly at him, then turns and walks away, leaving behind a memory of a love that, though torn apart, never truly died.